Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. So, it hasn't even been a week and I'm already bothered by liberals in America. And the bulk of this comes from a link that I saw on social media about apparently some liberals being quite upset with leftists and Bernie supporters, saying that they cost them valuable votes and races across the country. If your candidate is terrible and they can't make a convincing argument, that's on your candidate, not on the voters. You can't try and shame progressives into voting for options that they don't want to vote for and then be mad when they don't win. Why is it that you think that you're going to somehow steal votes from right wingers when they're just going to vote for the same right wing party that they always have? It's the same in America, it's the same in Canada. If you grew up voting for Republicans or conservatives, you're going to vote for the person who has the big R or the big C next to their name. You can't win over a dedicated base like that. And yet the Dems tried. What was the impact of the Lincoln Project exactly in this election? Because from what I'm seeing, the people who flipped states like Georgia, Arizona, Michigan, and Wisconsin were black and indigenous people and local leaders who had a groundswell of grassroots organization to drum out the vote for Democratic candidates. Your precious centrists and moderates and millions upon millions of dollars from the Lincoln Project and people like Michael Bloomberg accomplished, from what we can tell so far, jack squat. Arizona was flipped thanks to indigenous people. Swing states like Michigan and Wisconsin and even Georgia flipped because of black organization in the cities. It wasn't because of your big sponsors and your centrist ideals. So kindly take this notion that people who supported a better, more progressive vision for your country are somehow responsible for you and your tired old centrist ways for losing key votes and races. That's on you guys and your candidates, not on the people who actually went out of their own way and gave their own time and energy to vote and organize the vote. I am just so tired and done with liberals. And as, Bo and a bunch of us pointed out, just because Biden's in now does not mean that you can go back to brunch and things are going to be fine. The root problems still exist. The fascists still exist. The authoritarians who are not taking this very well and they aren't going to take it lying down still exist. You want to know what happened to the fascists usually early on when they first tried anything? They lost. Embarrassingly so. And then they went away, they regrouped, they licked their wounds, and they came back more prepared and more capable than ever. And then usually they seized power on the second or third attempt, having learned their lessons from the first time. The root cause of Trumpism has not been addressed. And blaming progressives for your candidates failing is not the issue here. The issue here is that the fascists are still out there and they're still going to organize and they are still going to do their very best in 2022 and 2024 to make their vision come true. This fight is only just beginning. And the last thing you need to do are blame, alienate, and denigrate the people who managed to organize and hand you this centrist victory in spite of their objections to it. That is the crux of what's bothering me today. That these liberals seem to live in their own fantasy world just as much as the conservatives and can't see past their own noses and can't see past their suburban white picket fences and see what's actually happening on the ground and who delivered them this victory. And they are so self-absorbed in their own grand sense of accomplishment, or that they were somehow cheated from a bigger win, when the loss is on them and their terrible policies. And I wish I knew how I could make more of them realize this, but I don't. And the fact that more of them don't realize this and can't see the bigger picture is what's bothering me today.